Have you ever wondered why some people come and go in your life? Why they show up when you are at your lowest and vanish when you need them the most? It is no accident. It is no mistake. These people were never meant to stay. They were placed in your path for one simple reason: to take. They took your time. They took your energy. They took your trust. They took your love. And what did they give in return? Nothing. Nothing at all. They drained you until there was nothing left but an empty shell. But here is the truth that no one dares to tell you. You let them. You allowed them to take what was yours. You let them use you, manipulate you, make you feel like you owed them something. You let them make you believe that you were weak, that you needed them. And the worst part? You believed it. You accepted their cruelty as your reality, but let me tell you something. God removed them from your life for a reason. They were never there to build you up. They were there to break you down. And once they had gotten everything they could from you, they left you in the dust. It is not a tragedy, it is a blessing. You were never meant to be their victim. You were always meant to be the one pulling the strings. You were always meant to be the one in control. The question is, will you finally see it? Will you finally stop letting them win? Or will you continue to let them take what is rightfully yours? Let us take a hard look at where you are right now. You tell yourself that everything will be fine, that things will get better, that this struggle will pass. But deep down, you know the truth. You are stuck. You are drowning in a sea of your own emotions, unable to escape. Anger, fear, sadness. All of them are eating you alive. You carry these burdens like weights tied to your ankles, pulling you deeper into the abyss every single day. What is the first thing you feel when something goes wrong? Anger. It bubbles up inside of you, doesn't it? It is that fire that burns in your chest, filling you with rage at everything and everyone around you. You get angry at the world, angry at the people who wronged you, angry at yourself. But let us be clear, anger does not make you strong. It makes you predictable. It makes you weak. When you let your anger control you, it makes you just like everyone else. A slave to emotion, a puppet in someone else's hand. You think this rage is power, but it is not. It is a distraction. It is an illusion. You feel it burn inside of you, but what does it really accomplish? Does it change anything? Does it fix the problem? No. Anger blinds you. It makes you act impulsively, and in your rage you push away the very things that could help you. You alienate people. You destroy your opportunities. You destroy yourself. Now, what about fear? Fear is the invisible chain that holds you in place. Fear is the voice in your head telling you that you are not good enough, that you cannot succeed, that you will fail. It whispers in your ear, telling you to stay safe, to stay small. Fear tells you to play it safe, to avoid risks, to remain in your comfort zone, even when you know it is suffocating you. Fear is a liar. It tells you that you cannot do it. But fear is not your master. Fear is only as powerful as you allow it to be. And the truth is, when you let fear dictate your every move, you become a prisoner. You are trapped in a cage of your own making. And the worst part? You don't even see the bars. But let us not forget sadness. Oh, sadness. The heavy weight that drags you down when you feel like you have lost everything, when the world has beaten you down so many times that you cannot get up again. Sadness is that feeling that makes you curl up and hide away from the world. It is that voice inside of you that says it is not worth it, that it is easier to give up than to keep fighting. But sadness does not make you strong either. It does not make you resilient. It does not make you better. All it does is paralyze you. It keeps you stuck in the past, holding on to things that are long gone. It makes you forget who you really are. It makes you forget who you really are. It makes you forget that you have the power to change your own fate. All of these emotions are suffocating you, trapping you in a cycle of self-doubt and self-destruction. You wake up every day feeling like you are not enough, like you are a failure before you even begin. You feel like the world is against you, like everyone is out to hurt you, like there is no way out. But what if I told you that this is exactly what they want? They want you to stay trapped in your anger, your fear, and your sadness. They want you to feel powerless. They want you to believe that you cannot change. They want you to believe that you are weak. And here you are, letting them win. You think you are too damaged, too broken, too lost to ever find a way out. But let me tell you this. No one has the right to tell you who you are or what you are capable of. No one. Not the people who use you, not the ones who put you down, not the voice inside your head that tells you that you cannot make it. You are the only one who gets to decide what happens next. You are the only one who gets to decide what your story will be. The problem is not the anger, the fear, or the sadness. The problem is that you let them control you. You let them take the wheel of your life and steer it wherever they want. You let your emotions rule you, and as a result, you are stuck in a cycle of pain and self-doubt. You have become a slave to the very things that should be your servants. But here is the truth. You do not have to live this way. You do not have to be a prisoner of your emotions. You do not have to be a victim. You have the power to break free. The question is, will you? Will you stop being controlled by these emotions? Will you stop letting them drag you down? And will you finally take control of your own life? Let us stop pretending for a moment, shall we? You know exactly what I am talking about. You know the lies you have been telling yourself every day. You tell yourself that you are doing your best, that you are trying to push forward, that everything will get better. But deep down, you know it is not true. You are hiding behind excuses. You are living in a fantasy where you believe things will magically improve without you ever having to face the truth. Well, let me ask you something. How long are you going to keep lying to yourself? How long are you going to sit there and wait for things to change while you remain the same? It is easy to point fingers, isn't it? It is easy to blame others for your failures, for your pain, for your struggles. It is easy to say, they did this to me, or if they had just been better, things would have been different. But let me remind you of something important. You are the one who has allowed them to do it. You are the one who gave them permission to take advantage of you. You are the one who let them control you. And now you are sitting here feeling sorry for yourself, wondering why nothing is changing. What are you waiting for? Are you waiting for someone to come and save you? Are you waiting for some kind of miracle to happen? Let me tell you right now, it is not coming. Nobody is going to rescue you. There is no hero. There is no one coming to make everything better. The sooner you accept this, the sooner you will realize that the only person who can fix your life is you, no one else. You are the only one who has the power to change your situation. But you have to stop playing the victim. You have to stop whining about how unfair the world is and take responsibility for your own life. Look around you. Look at the people who have what you want. They are not better than you. They are not special. They have not been handed anything on a silver platter. They have simply decided that they will not let anything hold them back. They have taken control of their own lives and made the decisions that got them where they are. They are not waiting for permission. They are not asking for help. They are not crying about how hard it is. They are making it happen no matter what. So why are you still sitting there, complaining? Why are you still waiting for things to get better on their own? Why are you letting your emotions and your past hold you back from what you could achieve? The truth is, you have become addicted to your own pain. You have convinced yourself that you need it. You have convinced yourself that your struggles are what define you, and that without them you would be nothing. But that is a lie. You are not defined by your pain. You are not defined by your failures. You are defined by what you do next. I challenge you to look at your life right now and ask yourself, what have you done today to make your future better? What have you done today to take control of your own destiny? I am not talking about tomorrow or next week or next year. I am talking about right now. What have you done in the last 24 hours to move yourself forward? What actions have you taken to make a difference in your life? If the answer is nothing, then you need to wake up. If you are not actively working toward your goals every single day, then you are wasting your time. You are waiting for something that will never come. Do you think you are the only one going through hard times? Do you think you are the only one who has been hurt, betrayed, or knocked down? You are not special. Everyone has struggles. Everyone has pain. Everyone has been dealt a bad hand at some point. The difference is, some people use their pain as fuel to move forward, while others use it as an excuse to stay stuck. You are choosing to be stuck. You are choosing to live in the past. You are choosing to let your circumstances define you instead of taking control of them. If you want to change your life, then stop waiting for permission. Stop waiting for the world to hand you what you want. Stop waiting for someone to fix your problems. The world does not owe you anything. The only thing the world owes you is what you are willing to fight for. So I challenge you. What are you willing to fight for? What are you willing to sacrifice in order to make your life better? Will you continue to sit in the shadows, letting your anger, fear, and sadness control you? Or will you stand up and take what is rightfully yours? The choice is yours. But let me warn you, if you choose to stay in your comfort zone, if you choose to continue living in this pathetic, self-pitying state, then you will never get what you want. You will never reach your potential. You will never break free. You will remain trapped in this endless cycle of disappointment, regret, and wasted time. So, I ask you again, what are you going to do about it? Are you going to keep making excuses? Are you going to keep blaming others? Or are you going to rise above all of this and take control of your own destiny? Let me make something clear for you, because it seems like you have been wandering in the dark for far too long, searching for something that will make all of this easier. Well, I am here to tell you that the answer is not outside of you. It never was. The solution does not lie in waiting for someone else to fix things. The solution is within you, but you have to be willing to take control. You have to be willing to stop letting life happen to you and start making life happen for you. I know what you are thinking right now, but I do not know how to change. I do not know where to start. My emotions are too strong. They are too overwhelming. Listen to me. I know what it feels like to be consumed by anger, fear, and sadness. I know what it feels like to be crushed under the weight of your own emotion, feeling like there is no way out. But here is the thing. Those emotions are not your enemies. They are not the problem. The problem is that you have been letting them control you instead of mastering them. You want to change your life? Then you need to learn how to control what is controlling you. Pain, fear, anger, they do not make you weak, they make you human, but they only become your weakness when you let them run wild. The solution is simple. You must turn your emotions into weapons. You must use them as fuel, not let them burn you alive. What does that mean exactly? It means that you take the rage that is boiling inside of you and channel it into something productive. You take the fear that has paralyzed you and use it to propel you forward. You take the sadness that has kept you in the past and transform it into the strength to move forward. It is time to stop running from these emotions and start embracing them. They are not something to be feared. They are something to be harnessed. Let me show you how this works. Imagine the anger you feel right now. You are angry at the people who have hurt you, angry at the world for not giving you what you deserve. Now, instead of letting that anger destroy you, use it to fuel your drive. Use it to push yourself harder. Use it to fuel your ambition. Turn that anger into motivation to become stronger, to become better, to show the world that you will not be broken. Now think about the fear that has held you back. You have been afraid of failing, afraid of rejection, afraid of what others will think. But here is the truth. Fear is a signal, not a wall. Fear shows you where you need to go. Fear is not something to run from, it is something to face head-on. The moment you stop fearing fear, that is when you unlock your true potential. Use your fear as the force that drives you to act. Let fear sharpen your focus. Let it push you to be brave, to take risks, to do the things that scare you the most. That is where growth happens. And finally, think about the sadness that weighs you down. You feel like it is too much to bear. You feel like you are trapped in your past, unable to move forward. But sadness is not your enemy. Sadness is the pain of a lost opportunity, of something that could have been but was not. But what if I told you that this sadness is not a weakness? What if I told you that it is the fuel for your transformation? Take that sadness and let it remind you of what you have overcome, what you have survived. Take it as proof that you are stronger than you think. Use that sadness to build resilience, to strengthen your resolve. Use it to fuel your determination to never go back to where you were before. The solution is this: take control of your emotions. Stop letting them control you. Pain does not make you stronger. Control makes you stronger. Master your emotions and you will master your life. That is the key. The power is not in avoiding your emotions or suppressing them. The power is in learning how to use them to your advantage. But this requires something from you. It requires you to take responsibility for your life. It requires you to stop blaming others, stop playing the victim, and start becoming the master of your own fate. It requires you to stop waiting for someone to fix your problems and start fixing them yourself. You are the one who holds the keys to your future, no one else. Oh, I ask you, are you ready to take control? Are you ready to stop letting your emotions define you and start using them to build the life you want? Are you ready to stop waiting for change and start creating it yourself? The power is in your hands. It always has been. Now, it is time to take it. Now let me ask you this. Have you ever stopped to truly think about what you are capable of? I mean, really thought about it. What could you accomplish if you stopped holding yourself back? What would happen if you embraced your true power? It is easy to believe that you are weak, that you are small, that you are nothing more than a collection of your mistakes and your scars. But that is not who you are. You are a force waiting to be unleashed. You are a storm building inside of you, ready to change everything in your path. You have everything you need within you. It is all there, buried beneath the layers of fear, anger, and self-doubt. What if I told you that all of that pain you have been carrying around can be transformed into something extraordinary? So what if I told you that everything you have been through, every obstacle you have faced, every setback, every tear can be turned into fuel for your fire? Close your eyes for a moment and picture this. You are standing at the edge of the storm, the wind howling around you, the rain pounding down, and yet you are calm. You are not afraid. You are not running. You are standing there with a sense of power because you know that the storm does not control you. You control it. You have learned to harness the chaos and use it to your advantage. The storm is your ally now, not your enemy. And in that moment you realize that you are no longer a victim of your circumstances. You are the one in control. Think about it. Every moment of pain you have endured, every moment where you have felt like giving up, has led you to this point. You are stronger than you know. Your struggles have sharpened you. They have forged you into something that cannot be easily broken. The world has thrown everything it has at you. and yet you are still standing. That is not weakness, that is power. You have been tested, you have been pushed to the edge, and you have survived. That is a power that cannot be ignored. Now, imagine that every ounce of anger you have ever felt is no longer a weight dragging you down, but a force propelling you forward. Imagine that every moment of fear you have experienced is no longer a barrier keeping you from moving, but the fuel that propels you into action. Imagine that every tear you have shed, every disappointment you have faced, is no longer something that makes you feel small or weak, but something that drives you to become stronger, to rise above, to keep moving even when it seems impossible. This is what happens when you take control of your emotions. This is what happens when you stop being a slave to fear, anger, and sadness. You turn them into something that works for you, not against you. You use them as weapons, as tools to build the life you want, to become the person you know you can be. The power was always there. You just needed to realize it. The key to empowerment is not in waiting for the perfect moment, the right opportunity, or the right circumstances. It is about taking what you have right now and making the most of it. It is about standing up in the face of adversity and saying, "I will not be defeated." It is about waking up every single day and deciding that you will not be controlled by your circumstances, your emotions, or anyone else. You decide who you are. You decide what you will become. Let me be clear. Empowerment is not about being fearless. It is not about being invincible. Empowerment is about facing your fears and continuing to move forward anyway. Empowerment is about knowing that you have the strength to handle whatever comes your way. It is about knowing that no matter what life throws at you, you will rise above it. You will bend, but you will not break. You will adapt, you will evolve, and you will emerge stronger than ever before. So, how do you build this power, this unshakable strength? You begin by taking responsibility for your life. You stop blaming others. You stop playing the victim. You stop waiting for permission. You take action. You make decisions and you stick to them. You learn from every failure and use it to fuel your next success. You refuse to be held down by anything or anyone. You choose to rise. But it does not stop there. True empowerment comes from within. It comes from realizing that the only limits you have are the ones you place on yourself. It comes from knowing that no one can take your power unless you give it to them. You are the master of your destiny. You are the one who decides what happens next. So, I ask you, are you ready to step into your power? Are you ready to stop hiding behind your fears and your excuses? Are you ready to embrace the force that has been waiting inside of you all this time? You have the power. It has always been there. Now it is time to claim it. When you do, you will see the world in a completely different way. You will no longer be the one running from your problems. You will be the one making your problems run from you. You will be unstoppable, and when you look back, you will realize that everything you have gone through, every obstacle, every failure, has led you to this moment. You will see that it was all part of your transformation into the powerful force you are destined to become. Now, it is time to decide what you will do with all of this power, with all of this potential that is waiting to be unleashed. Do you truly understand what this means? Do you understand what it means to take control of your life, to stop waiting for permission, to stop being passive in the face of your destiny? This is your moment, and this is your choice. The question is, what will you do with it? It is easy to feel small. It is easy to feel like the world is too big, too powerful, that you are just one insignificant speck in a universe full of giants. It is easy to look around and think, I will never be as strong as them, I will never be as powerful as them. But let me tell you something. Those giants you see, they are no different than you. They were not born with a special gift. They did not have some advantage that you do not. They took action. They took control. They made their own path. And they did not wait for anyone to tell them it was okay. It is time for you to stop waiting. It is time for you to stop asking for permission, to stop begging for someone else to give you what you deserve. The world does not owe you anything. The only thing it owes you is what you are willing to fight for. What are you willing to fight for? What are you willing to sacrifice? What will you do to make your life the one you always dreamed of? I know you have been hurt. I know you have been broken. I know you have faced things that most people could not even imagine. But that is not who you are anymore. You are not a victim. You are not a prisoner of your past. You a warrior, a survivor, a conqueror. And you are about to rise. The world will not hand you what you want. It will not hand you success. It will not hand you happiness. You will have to take it. You will have to fight for it. You will have to tear down the walls that have been holding you back and build something stronger in their place. You will have to face your fears, face your doubts, and face your past and say, "You do not control me anymore." This is your moment to take control. This is your moment to rise from the ashes of everything that tried to burn you. This is your moment to show the world who you really are. Not the person they thought you were, not the person you thought you were, the person you are becoming. So, what will you do now? Will you remain trapped in the darkness, afraid to take that first step? Or will you rise, embrace your power, and claim the life you deserve? The world will not wait for you. The clock is ticking. Every second you spend hesitating is a second you will never get back. Do not waste it. The moment to act is now. You know what you need to do. You know where you need to go. You know what you are capable of. So, go out there and do it. Take control. Rise above the chaos. Become the person you were always meant to be. Let the world see you for who you truly are, and let them watch as you rise to heights they could never even imagine. This is your time. The question is, what will you do with it?